Why are you talking so hard? How can I help you?
I need water.
Do you need water? Well, I see your lips are stuck together. Do you want some water? Look in short. If you don't want to talk, you don't have to talk. If you want water, you can ask for water. This is not some kind of forced communication. That is not even an interrogation at all. Understand?
Just an interview.
Yes, we just talking. We sat down, gathered in the gazebo, talked, smoked, and went our separate ways. Are you feeling unwell?
No.
The guys say you haven't eaten for 2 days already. They won't let you eat?
Why not?
So why don't you eat? Do you have a serious psychological condition?
No.
Trauma?
No, it's fine.
Why don't you eat?
Don't feel like...
I just understand that we need to convey that you are somehow forced feed, because no one needs you here to take and... Yes? Nobody needs it. You all were caught in the Kursk region, right?
Yes.
They got caught in the Kursk region. Are you all contract
Yes.
workers? Contractor too? Let's start with you. Why did you sign the contract?
Because of money.
What?
Because of money.
Because of money? Were there any debts?
Yes.
Understood. What is your situation?
Same thing.
Let's go into more details. What debts did you have? You understand this is serious, as it were. Did you understand or did you not
I
understand?
understood. Problems at home, that there are a lot of debts, and as it were, that's why I went mostly.
Understood, and you?
Because I ended up in prison, I was given a long sentence.
What for and for how long?
They gave me time for sift. The term was 5 years and 6
A
months.
short period of time.
And so, because of this, I went there so that they would promise an amnesty here. Remove the criminal record, and because of this, I went.
Fine. For example, did you understand where you were going? What will happen here? How did you imagine it?
I understood, but not quite.
How to understand this? I
I
understood, but not quite.
Probably understand. Yes, I understood that there was no way to return.
Does what you saw and what you imagine it much?
No, of course not.
Not much. Where does it differ?
The difference is that this is not how I imagined it, but it turned out to be a little different.
Understood. Can you tell me more?
Yes.
Let's start from the very beginning then. In general, this is how it is. First of all, when? They came to you with some kind of recruiting, perhaps?
They came to us in the colony, it turns out, on July 4th.
So?
Employees from the Ministry of Defense arrived.
Uh-huh.
They offered to sign a contract.
Uh-huh.
Nevertheless, there were those who wanted to. I am one of them. I signed a
So?
contract. Then we were taken from the colony. We were taken to the Luhansk region for training to Belovodsk. We trained there months. Then we were transported to the Belgorod region. I still trained there for a couple of weeks.
They prepared you seriously, right?
Of course not.
What did you study?
They taught me how to shoot, and so it is.
Haven't served in the military before.
No.
And this is strange, by the way, because in my opinion, everyone does conscripted service.
No, I didn't serve.
Why?
There was a previous conviction before this, and I didn't serve.
Doesn't it seem strange to you that you cannot serve urgently because of a criminal record, but you can fight?
It seems so.
Well, further. Taught.
Then on August 7, we went to the Kursk region. We were supposed to get to the 76th Division, but we didn't get there. We stopped in the city of Sudzha, Kursk region. There we were thrown into a munition warehouse.
So, what's the goal?
The goal was to guard a warehouse with ammunition.
Date?
The date was August 7th.
August 7. At that moment, did he already have some information that ours were entering the Kursk region, Suja?
No, there wasn't.
Nothing was heard. No arrivals, nothing.
No, there was nothing.
You came in calmly, right?
Yes.
Got it, move on.
We arrived at this base with ammunition. That's where we settled down. Then after 2 days, the company commander sent us to the city, to Suja, to position.
Uh-huh.
There was an abandoned building there. We are based there. We sat there about 3 days, probably. Then your troops... Well, there started to be gunfights. The artillery was working. And your troops began to move back. We began a firefight with them there. Then
What position were you in? What is your personal involvement? Imagine we're making a movie for Netflix.
Well,
We need to tell it in a way that viewer can understand who ran, where, what, who shot.
we had... it was like when the skirmish started, we started shooting back.
Were you on the other side of the fence?
Well, it turns out that the building there is so big, and we were in it. There are 3 floors. We were on the 3rd floor. They were watching there, so they wouldn't go. Nobody wouldn't go. Well, then we saw it.
Have you physically seen your fighters?
Yes, I saw them, and I saw the technology. I saw your
Physically,
fighters
both
too.
fighters and equipment, and you shot at them, right?
No, we weren't fired at. We just...
You understand, I'm not trying right now.
No, I understand
Firstly, there are polygraph examiners. Secondly, there are service employees who in any case have already received this information from you or will receive it reliably. That's it,
already
right?
received it.
That is, I'm not trying to get you to confess to anything additional. But when I see the situation and any viewer, yes, when he sees the situation, the way you tell it is impossible to understand. You stand guard with a weapon object, you see our fighters, our equipment. Didn't you shoot at them?
No, we didn't shoot because there was a command not to shoot but simply to observe. Here such a command was given.
Is this a new tactic of the Second Army of the World?
Probably yes.
Understood. Okay, let's say further.
Well, then we started with them. When your troops came closer to us, it turns out they were treating... There was a school there, 500 meters from us. They were there. Our other group, there weren't many of them there. They were shooting at them. I know this is for sure, and your troops began to move back a little and run in our direction. We saw them and started shooting at them. Of course, no one was killed, because literally 10-15 minutes later, your equipment arrived. Tanks, a tank and 2 armored personnel carriers arrived and began to attack us.
How many of you were there?
10 people. Exactly in this building.
At that time, there were no dead or wounded. Everyone was alive and
Everyone was
well?
alive, yes. Here. And we started shooting at them. They killed one of ours right away, since he went to them directly. They killed him. That's all. The artillery began to work. We retreated from there. We began to retreat, left this position.
So?
We returned back to the ammunition box, where ammunition was. They had already given the order not to go into the city. That your troops are everywhere. Since we had no technology, nothing, only automatic machines, that's all. And they gave the order to guard the ammunition warehouse, so until August 20, we guarded the warehouse. There are a group of 3 people, well, in different positions. They were guarding the warehouse. On the 20th, your equipment started working in this warehouse. Half of the people were injured, half were killed, and the command was given...
What date did this impulse begin? Precisely military clash.
There's no combat there. They just started working.
Yes. Here from the very beginning. So you say you came in somewhere on the 6th, right?
The 7th.
7th. And was it still calm?
Yes.
And on the 8th, the fighting had already started.
On the 9th, a wounded man was taken out there. We wounded one of our own.
Did you hurt
He
yours?
wounded his own, yes. There in the forest at night, they saw that the enemy was coming. His team started shooting at ours, wounded him. Here the road was still open. And so they took it. It turns out it was the 9th.
Yes. And on the 10th, ours already went
Well,
their
yes,
type
they
it
had
turns
already
out.
started working hard
Uh-huh.
all over the city.
Yes, clearly. It's not very clear here. You say you were pressed. Have you moved away
Yes.
from this factory where you
Yes,
guarded the
we
ammunition?
left.
What about ammunition? Left?
The
Blow up?
ammunition was set on fire.
Set on fire?
Yes.
Were there any good fireworks?
Well, when we were running, yes, there was normal shooting there.
Yes. And how far did you run from this place?
A kilometer or so.
A kilometer.
Yes.
Further, where are you entrenched?
Well, it turns out that about 40 of us ran from this warehouse. Of those 40, 70 people just ran there to the two-story house there.
Uh-huh.
Here we hide there. Everyone out there, when the float FPV drones began to fly, drop ammunition and artillery began to work. Many people didn't make it. So we hide in these houses, sat in these houses thinking, well, where to go next. But there was nowhere to go. We were surrounded.
So?
Then it turns out that on August 24, our commander came with a white one, with a white... Then it turns out that on August 24, our commander came with a white one, with a white bandage. Approached this house, shouted at us. We started screaming. He shouted, "Guys, give up." I wanted to give up as the radio of your troops. We didn't take this radio, we gave him our walkie-talkie. He went to your troops, they were somewhere nearby. They sent him to convey information that, "Guys, give up, it will be better for you."
Yes. Was he telling the truth?
Yes.
He was telling the truth. And when they sent you, they didn't tell you anything at all when they sent you?
Yes.
Understood. Further?
And so he brought the radio to your troops. Your troops contacted us and said, "Guys, surrender. You're surrounded. If you do not surrender, in an hour the artillery will begin to attack you." And that's it. We went to give up.
Nobody touched you?
No, no one touched.
How many of you survived and were captured?
17 people
70 people out of...
out of 40.
and the rest of you, what's the big
With
picture?
the rest, I don't even know what happened to them.
That is, they could have run away and they could have been killed. Can't you name the names of those who definitely died?
Well, I can definitely name because I saw and heard.
Well, tell me, because they are looking for them.
Well, I don't know the names, I know the call
Well-
signs. The call sign Nemal died. Then, who else there? Call sign Hall, deceased.
Uh-huh.
And the call sign Modny died. So, yes, and it seems like that's all, somehow.
Yes, understood. So, well, they haven't answered yet. I asked if you are still in touch, but they are still silent. Tell me the same thing, some of the main points, but in such a way that it is clear what happened and
Well,
how.
we signed a contract and we're in Kursk for training.
What kind of financial problems did you have? Well, he understands prison is a common
Loans.
case. When there are financial problems, they are individual.
Well, most of it, loans and everything, as it were, everything went downhill and I had to go.
Where did you work?
I worked as a car driver.
License?
I lost my driving license. And everything in short went downhill for me.
You sound a little heavy. Are you injured?
Yes.
Do you have any injuries?
No, no.
What kind of injuries do you have?
The log is punctured.
The log is punctured.
Well, then they did some kind of surgery.
Here in Ukraine?
Yes, in Suja. Not in Suja, in this...
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
They first took out a fragment from me, then,
Doesn't matter.
in the pretrial detention center I felt bad. That is, the temperature, everything, and then I was taken away for surgery. I had an operation.
Nazis?
No, in the hospital.
Well, we are Nazis, they say.
No, I say thank you in general to these people who performed this operation.
I understand in
the
general.
first
Have you
place.
seen
I
the
could just-
Nazis? I realize you could have died. Have you ever seen Nazis?
No.
Well, they say that we have Nazis here.
No, well...
Didn't
Yes,
see
in
it.
general, everyone seemed to treat me well
Well,
everywhere.
I think personally I have an even more loyal attitude towards you than everyone else because you were, after all, in your own country. Yes, your country, the aggressor. Yes, your country has invaded. Yes, each of you must understand that. You must understand why we came to you. Do you understand why we came to you?
No.
The answer is very simple. Because you
Your lands were taken away.
came to us just earlier. It's not difficult. Well, is it fair that we came to you after you came to us?
I think that's fair.
Well, there is nothing illogical this.
Yes.
Like you shouldn't have come to us and we wouldn't come to you. We don't hold referendums there. We don't include your lands in our composition, unlike you. Well, from the Russia, I mean. At the official level, you have something there, including our lands as part of Russia and some... goblin. We're not doing anything like that. We're just saying, get off our land. And we will leave yours. That's all. Well, I mean that my attitude towards you personally is even more loyal, so I'm giving you a smoke because you still come to us. Whatever one may say, you didn't come to us. Or did you manage to drive somewhere? I understand
No,
that...
no, I was there for 4
Did
hours.
you also sign the contract in July?
July 17th, yes, and from the 6th,
Let's move on.
we were in Kursk. They trained us too, that's all. And on the 6th, they took us away. Well, from Kursk, it's already working out. Well, to the fighting positions. They say that we need to change guys, that is, take positions. On the 6th, they took me away. We arrived at night and walked, and on the 7th, as if in the morning, took up positions. Here, they said as if, no one said anything either. There was no shooting at all, not a mortar, and after 2 hours it probably went shorter. The mortar started shoot, drones flew in, and your cars arrived. That is, they started shooting at us from cars. Well, we were sitting, it turns out to be a forest plantation and road. That is, they started shooting at us from the road, but we had no trenches, nothing at all. That is, we retreated maybe 100 meters, and the mortar began to work generally well, and I was immediately wounded there.
How many of you were there?
Well, there were only about 14 of us. About 14 of us just arrived. That is from Kursk, which we saw, and there were still people
What
there.
about the locality specifically?
Novoivanovka. This is the first settlement they visited. Well, yours. We entered on the 6th, well, the 7th. I was immediately wounded there on the 7th.
And when they took you there, did they already tell you what was there?
They didn't say anything about fighting there or anything else. We're just going to change guys. Here it is.
Did you come on the 6th?
7th in the morning.
7th in the morning.
We have already sat down by the road. Everything was quiet. After about 2 hours, it probably started working. Mortars and vehicles also shoot at us from the road. That is, we didn't have any equipment. It was just us with machine guns. We began to retreat. I was immediately wounded in the forest. That is, in general, I was there for 4 hours.
What about the rest?
Don't know. Well, a lot of people died there, I think so, because the mortars worked well.
How did you get captured?
I was captured, so they pulled me out of the forest. Some guy pulled it out. It turns out an evacuation group. They dragged me to this point, to the doctors. That is, we were processed and the evacuation group began to be taken out. That is, we only had time for one evacuation group to leave by car with the wounded. So we were the second group to go and they shot us. They were in a forest plantation.
Uh-huh.
There were 5 of us, 3 survived. That's how we were captured.
Yes, you understand that if you had given up earlier, you wouldn't have tried to run away. Nothing, just raised your hands and that's it.
We had no people, only cars, equipment. That is, we haven't seen any of your people. That is, there was only technology.
Uh-huh.
That is, they drove through and it turns out that they drove around the village and stood behind the village. And so all the evacuation group that were traveling shot everyone. Many people died in the cars, but some survived. 5 of us went, 3 survived, and it was as we were taken prisoners there.
Do you understand what this war is about?
Mostly because of the land, probably.
Look, as a rule, quite quickly even, who needs this lands and why?
Yours of you and ours of us.
It's clear. Why then are you going to take ours? Are you missing yours?
Not clear.
It's clear. One man wanted to become a great collector of lands. What his last name?
Putin, Vladimir Vladimirovich.
Well, this true or not?
This is true.
Nobody else needed it. No one else announced this, provoked it, or wanted it, actually. One person announced this. Yes, of course, they brought the buildings to his table. They said that everything was very cool, we'd grab it in 3 days, no questions asked at all. But in reality, it turned out a little differently.
Well, you captured all of Kursk, almost all of it.
But no, well, not all of
They
it.
captured a lot anyway.
1,300 square kilometers. This is more than the Russian army captured in the Donetsk region in a year, for example, if so in hard numbers. I'm scared to start, to interview you. I'll go and try to get some water.
Drink some water, they brought it for you.
Drink.
Now they will interrogate you.
I don't know how similar it is to what I do during interrogation, but since you're more used to it, well, okay. Yes, put it on the floor. Well, say something.
What?
Your lips are stuck. Can you drink some water to make you look normal? I get the impression that you're about to start foaming at the mouth.
No, why?
Because the way you look is not normal. What locality were you in?
New village.
Huh?
New village.
New village?
New Ivanovka.
New Ivanovka?
New Ivanovka.
So wait, this is Nova Ivanovka and you were in Nova Ivanovka. Were you not together?
We arrived together. We came from Kursk together.
And you were captured together?
No, I got there directly on the 7th. When did you get there?
I'm on the 17th.
On the 17th. In 10 days.
Well, I don't have any options on how to make him speak more clearly. And this is your mother, right? Did we write to Mom?
Yes.
She asks, what is this?
Lord, what is this?
Hello, hello.
Hello?
Can you hear, can you see?
Yes, I can hear it, I can see it. Sasha, come here, sofa.
My name is Vladimir, a journalist from Ukraine. Your husband is in our captivity. You probably already know about this, right?
Yes, they told me via a chatbot.
Via chatbot, okay. Will you talk to him?
Certainly.
Oh, wait. Yes. Our conversation is being recorded for publication. I warned you, I'm handing you over.
Hello.
Hello.
Thanks God you're alive. How are you doing?
It is nothing. It is fine.
It's okay, there's time. You can tell everything about what you have, how it is with you. Fragments, not fragments.
How are you in general? Aren't you mad at us?
No, everything's fine.
They feed you.
Oh, well, let me explain something. Look, I just want you... I'm directly interested in him getting home faster and in changing him to our fighter. Therefore, what the Red Cross told you, that he is in the status of a prisoner of war. From our side, he is in status of a prisoner of war.
Yes.
Yes, what about yours? Well, they know that he is in captivity.
Look, you see, we can't go to the military station. The Ministry of Defense called me and said that he was not on the list of killed and wounded and so on. I wrote to a girl, Irina, I don't remember her last name.
Karenina.
She said that we put him on our list, but our list and those of the Ministry of Defense
Yes.
are different, but nevertheless, he is on the list.
Look, again. Yes, from our side, he is on the list. Whether it's the Red Cross or Karenina, it's all on your part. Karenina is a woman who once came for her husband to take her husband from captivity, and so she stayed here. This is your Russian woman, but now from our side she can talk about lists. In order for you to be taken away, he was taken away. In order for him to be taken away, I need an understanding on your part that he is in captivity. That is, you must go to the military registration and enlistment office, to the Ministry of Attack, and everywhere to
A
achieve.
statement was written at the military registration and enlistment office. A statement was written to the FSB, and a statement was written everywhere.
Take a second phone record from the screen that you are talking to him, that he is in captivity, and provide this video where you can provide it in order to, well, somehow, I don't know, if you finally turn it on, maybe they have doubts. I say you can just take a second phone and record it with the camera from your hand. Do you have a second phone or not?
She can do screen recording.
Can do screen recording.
Yes, screen recording.
Record your screen then.
I also want to ask you one question. Look, how did it happen that your husband said that he went to war because he had loans?
Once again, I don't hear.
Your husband said that he went to war because he had loans. It's true?
Partly, yes, true.
Why did he let him go? You didn't understand that he could die.
Understood.
Why did you let him?
I didn't understand, and then I understood.
Stupid.
What's going on there anyway?
Do you even think there is a war going on here? It is normal to kill people to pay off loans.
Of course not.
Well, think about it. Are you simply asking him they don't beat you? We don't beat him. We don't beat him. But we still can't understand. We can get you to understand why Russia attacked Ukraine. Why?
Well, I just don't support all of this. I also don't understand why they are dying, how many young people are dying because of what.
Well, he could have been one of those who died. You're just lucky he's alive. Just lucky, that's all. Okay, that's it. Do everything to pick him up. He's fine here, he's safe, but do it quickly to take him home.
Thank you.
Show the video, prove, explain, let him be included in the exchange list and taken away. If you don't strive for this, they might even get him out of here. I don't know, he can stay here for 2 years. There are such cases. That's it, goodbye.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
My name is Vladimir, I'm a journalist from Ukraine. Your son, as you understand, is in our captivity. Did you know that he was in captivity?
No.
Didn't know?
No, I didn't know.
Well, did you know that he is fighting?
How do I know?
Okay, are you going to talk to him?
Yes.
We are having a conversation by recording for publication. Take your phone and speak.
Димушка. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Have you been here long?
Yes.
Since the 20s?
Since 17th.
So, look, you need to write for an exchange so that it can be taken away somehow. You know, do you understand?
No, I don't understand anything yet, but I know that they are going somewhere.
What kind of relationship do you have with your son? Have you communicated?
When?
Well, that's before he went to war.
Yes, of course, he lived with us.
So, why did you send him to fight?
How do I know?
Well, listen, let's do this somehow.
Yes, he is not a small child.
Not small, not small. Did you understand at all that there was a war going on, that he was going to a real war?
Of course we understand everything.
Did you send him off?
No.
No? Look, only 20 people near him died. He was actually kind of lucky to have survived. Survived by chance. If he died, how would you even explain to yourself why he died?
I can't say anything at all now.
Okay, then let me give you a hint. Why did he go to war?
I don't know why.
Why did he go to fight?
For loans.
He went to war to pay off his loans.
Well, yes, he has loans.
Well, he probably would have died for this if he had died. For loans. By the way, he hasn't eaten anything for 2 days.
Why? Why?
I don't know, ask him why he doesn't eat.
Dima, why aren't you eating?
I don't know, don't want.
Well, it happens to him. Don't want.
Well... Okay, that's it. Say bye-bye.
Mom, bye.
While you're talking.
Mom, bye.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye. Normally they fix you up there, in short.
That it's...
The scar is probably 35-40 centimeters.
Well, they said something like a lug or they cut it off. I was in shock infected.
Normal operation.
No, thank them very much. The operation took about 2 or 3 hours in total. Well, everything seems to be fine in terms of attitude.
Well, look, we generally have a normal attitude.
Honestly, kind of, yes.
You're kind of hostages, yes, of this situation, so to speak. You can say that, right? It happened that way, but I can't say that. Do you know why? Well, because you knew where you were going, and you
Yes.
knew where you were going.
Everyone knew essentially where we were
And
going.
you all knew what was going on, and you all knew that Russia was attacking Ukraine, but no one come out and said, listen, why did you even start this war? Nobody said, well, maybe it's not necessary. I'll show you now if you want. Well, a couple of moments until maybe yours will get in touch and we can get through on the phone. Purely as a general educational topic. This is what happening. What do you think?
Where is this?
This is Kursk, March 2022. March.
Yeah, it's just beginning,
Yes.
right?
Military equipment is coming to kill Ukrainians. Once again, military equipment is coming to kill Ukrainians. This is clear, anyone?
Well, even a child can understand it.
Yes, everyone can understand it. What are people doing? Do you see any sadness?
No.
You see that someone came out onto the road and said, what is happening? Why? This our brother there. They are shouting, brothers, peoples are there, let's not do it. No, they are happy. I now ask, is it fair that war has now come to them in their area? I don't think it's fair enough. And now about the defenders. Yes? There are defenders. Look, did you do this? Just wondering.
Look at that! You bastards! What are you guys doing? We're helping you and you're taking from us? What are you doing?
These are ours, right?
Yeah, these are yours who came to protect yours in the Kursk region.
They stealing cars! The bastards stole everything! Are you crazy?
Russian
Thick.
stealing.
You get in the yard and take everything, you bastards!
It's being filmed by locals. Well, there are a lot of them in short these videos. They've already surrounded a wine and vodka store.
Uh-huh.
Here's another. But I think this video is still worth showing. It just appeared recently, that is at the very beginning. This is the very first video of looting that appeared. Here they are knocking out a window. Here they are coming in. Here they are breaking in. Well, this will try to open it, but he couldn't open it. In general, as a result, they surrounded this mobile phone store.
Uh-huh.
But some other people come in. Look. This shot was not originally there. This is the man who came in. And now I'll show you another video of his, which he shot before he got here on camera.
I would like to appeal to the male population of Kursk. What the hell are you guys doing? Where are you going, dears? If all our men put the car in reverse and leave the cities that will be attacked and so on, what will happen? What are you doing? Can't you take up arms? Well, then take the shovels and dig trenches for the boys.
In short, such a great patriot, not mention the fact that he has a funeral home and he actually makes good money on coffins. Such a patriot, but as a result he did nothing more than steal from his own stores in his own Kursk region. And my question is, who can this army protect there? Maybe we'll stop talking about some kind of protection of someone from someone. Well, if you're an army of murderers, looters, rapists, which exactly the same president who pass off firing rockets at peaceful cities and children's hospitals as protection. And this is really happening. Maybe it's time to just admit it, because you continue to call us Nazis. Show me where the Nazis are. Where is it? What is this anyway?
At least I didn't see it.
Would you advise the boys to go somewhere to fight and sign contracts?
No.
No? Well, thanks for that. Can you come up with something more original?
Also, thought that everything is normal, so that this war is already over. Somehow we came to a common denominator. And I also wouldn't recommend anyone to go here.
Now if they listen to your advice, then the war in general will end. Okay,